Hi everyone, it's me again. I'm sorry I haven't posted a video in like 2 weeks, but I've been super busy. I'm in one act at my school, and we performed yesterday and on Friday, October 26th and 7th, and it was really awesome. My one act got into state, so um, we're going to be able to perform at a state competition for best one act, because we got best one act at my school, and it's pretty cool. If you haven't noticed, I dyed my hair again. It was supposed to be my natural color, which is brown, like a light, medium, dark brown, but my red wasn't going away, and I left it in longer than it said on the box, and now it's black-ish, kind of. But yeah. So, well, yeah. So that happened. But one thing, like, okay, so I was watching my friend Tiffany's, my best friend Tiffany's latest video, and she mentioned something about Keegan Kent, who is this really attractive boy from Australia, Keegan Kent. You guys should all check out his videos. They're really inspiring and they're really sweet, and they can totally have an influence on you. But I started watching his latest one, which is about Amanda Todd. Okay, and everybody knows about Amanda Todd and how she killed herself, and it's really bad. But and people are making a huge deal out of it. But what I really wanted to say was how she isn't the only one who's ever committed suicide, and you know how almost degrading it is, and how bad it is for people who who have family members or loved ones or a friend of any kind who's killed themselves, and nobody started a whole Twitter page or Tumblr or Facebook page about it, and how, like, it's really horrible that you can choose one person and focus on them when there's so many cases that are just as bad or worse than Amanda Todd was. Like, I like I feel really bad for Amanda Todd, but she's not the only one, and people need to realize that, because, well, like, I mean, it's sweet that people care so much, but can't they care about everyone and not just her? Or how, like, 1 or 2 years ago, there was that girl, her name escapes me for the moment, but she killed herself, and there was this whole big thing about how, like, her bullies were, like, on trial and stuff, and how they were gonna get arrested and, like, possibly sent to jail or juvie, and, like, that was a huge deal. But there are other people that want to die and are bullied and have, like, problems and have committed suicide that deserve just as much attention, if anything, or caring or thoughts or prayers as Amanda Todd or that other girl. And I just want to make sure people don't forget about them, because it's really important that they're remembered, and that they're still a part of what's happening in the world, like, and that they're not, like, forgotten about so easily or brushed off because they weren't as pretty as Amanda Todd or talented. And you know, she she's really awesome, and she's a really sweet girl. I watched some of her videos, but she wasn't the only one. People committed suicide who could have, eventually found the cure for cancer or something, and people are blowing it off, and it's just not right, and it's not fair. And I know the world isn't fair, but some things we could make fair in the world. People just choose not to, and people choose to just blow it off. And I feel like people should do something about that. And I also wanted to say, I also wanted this video to be about people who are being bullied. or want to commit suicide. Because I've been there. I know how it is. I promise. And, you know, I'm not really going to talk about what happened to me because I don't really like to talk about my problems. And I don't really want pity or sympathy or anything from anybody. But, you know, when you're bullied, it's the worst feeling in the world. And I know how bad it hurts. And I know sometimes you don't want to go to school, you don't even want to get out of bed in the morning, or you're abused by your parents, or just family or friends, and you just feel like you're so alone. But you never really are. I mean, like, I don't care really how far away you live. You can be in a different country for all I know and watching this video. But if you ever wanted to, I would Skype anything, cam with you, talk to you, text, anything. I would be happy to help you. And I really, it really means a lot to me to help people and to make them know that they're not worthless, that they are worth something to somebody. And even if that somebody is me and I live 10,000 bajillion miles away, you do mean something. And you will play a part in this world, and the world would not be the same without you. And, you know, bullies, they try to lie to you and tell you that you're not, just because they feel like their part in this world is bigger than yours. It's not. There are always people that are going to need you in some way. And, you know, I need people. And people need me. And I know that now, even though I was suicidal and I did try to kill myself. Or I really thought about it. I tried cutting, and it doesn't help. It really doesn't. And nobody should ever feel like they need to cause themselves pain to get over something or just let it out. You know, have a journal, rant, make a video, post it on YouTube. But like, don't ever hurt yourself. Your body is for you, and it's gonna be your way of communicating with other people, and you can't hurt yourself. You can't do that. It's not what anybody needs to do. You know, hurting yourself. Nobody should ever have to feel like they need to do that, especially because somebody else said that they were ugly or they were fat or they just didn't. They were just weird. People need to understand how wrong they are to make or push somebody to the point where they feel like that. Nobody should ever feel like they don't deserve to live or they don't want to live anymore because somebody is saying that they shouldn't. And that is ridiculous. Because people matter. And they have a family, or maybe they don't. You know, children are orphaned, they live with foster parents or step parents or family members. But somebody needs you. And, you know, maybe it's because of a boy or a girl who just hurt you so bad. But somebody will always care. You could meet somebody on the internet and they could show you how much you mean to them or somebody else, and they will make you happy. Even if it's through technology of any sort, there are people that will help. And there are hotlines, and everybody, like, nobody really wants to call the hotline for, like, just ranting or the suicide hotline to talk. But it would help. Talking will make you feel better. And nobody is ever going to be like, no, I don't want to talk to you about your problems, or I don't want to help you. Because people will. There are all sorts of places where you can just walk in and say, I need help. And they will help you. And I'm one of those people. You can contact me in any way. I would leap just to help you. Just to listen. I would love to do that for anybody. I don't I don't even care if like we've met before and I hate you or you hate me. If you need some help, all you have to do is ask for it. And I would be so happy. And I know I totally sound like I'm gonna cry, but I'm not. Because I feel I feel good letting people know that I'm here for them, and I always will be. That is, it's, it's like in my genes. I swear to God, I've always wanted to help people for as long as I can remember, and being able to do that is what I love. And I know some people may be like, oh wow, this chick, she's just a poser, like, she totally is just trying to be nice and stuff, but really, I'm being completely sincere and genuine. I People don't understand just how deeply I feel about bullying or suicide or any of that stuff because nobody really could. Like, I'm so sorry, but it's just not comprehensible for me or anybody else to understand how truly horrible that suicide or bullying is. Putting somebody else down so you feel better about yourself for 5 minutes, yeah, it works really well. And people are truly cruel, but people are also truly amazing. And, life is full of those contradictions. Like in my other videos, I've talked about how boys and girls can both be amazing people, but horrible at the same time. And life is just full of those. People are going to help you, and people are going to shove you down. But the people that help you get up, are really the ones that are going to stick around. And those people will always be there. It doesn't matter. I have a friend, and she was talking to me maybe last week about how she had this friend since she was in 6th grade. She's a senior now. And she's had this friend since she was in 6th grade, and they hadn't talked in a while, but it was her birthday, and she made her this binder of notes they used to pass and things and like little reminders of what they used to talk about, and then so she gave her that binder for her birthday, and it was really cool, and they didn't really start talking again, but my friend, she she had this huge problem, and she called up her old best friend, and they talked, and she felt so much better. It's just like an example of how people are always going to be around, no matter how if you get out of touch or anything, they'll be there. Like, people change in minor ways, but people will never, like, their core is not going to change ever. At least that's what I believe. And I think it's important that people understand that because, you know, like, for me, I was in this really bad relationship, and I kept giving this guy second chances, and he would change for a little bit, and then he would go back to his old ways, kind of like that new Taylor Swift song or whatever. It was like, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Um, Sorry to even reference that, but like, yeah. Um, mm, people's cores don't change. They can change in minor ways, but the main things they will ever do are just it's how it's gonna be. And people or you even need to realize that, because setting yourself up for failure and then realizing it afterwards and doing it again and again isn't fun. Um, yeah, this video was kind of deep, I guess. I care about you all. Don't forget it. I really do. Talk to me. I'll be here. Message me, comments, inbox. You know the drill. Suggestions for future videos? Yeah. Bye.